Build Brute just for 10%. Dude, Brute is such a bad item to build just for CDR. Brute's base stats are actually really bad. And the only people who, like, I think the only hero I know that builds Brute is Alpha. It's because Alpha has, like, no mobility aside from his ult, so he actually makes a lot of use out of it. But otherwise, nobody. You should never build Brute on, like, any hero. Brute is just a bad item right now. It's a terrible item. So Brute, you get 23 defense and 600 HP. And then you get move speed, and you get attack out of your passive. So your passive gives you move speed and attack. Move speed is like arguably somewhat useful, but attack is just useless if you're for at least this. CC, yeah, CC, I guess CC and Alpha. But attack is useless for Bennyqt. At least this little bit of attack is useless. Now, compare that 23 defense, 600 HP to CDR to Oracle. You get the same amount of defense in Oracle, but you also get magic defense. You get 250 more HP, and then your shield and healing is all buffed. And even then, Oracle is still a mid item. All these stats, and it's still a mid item. You know why? You look at dominance. 55 defense, double the defense Oracle has, almost triple. Move speed, and then a passive that just severely decreases a marksman's damage output. Antique. I can't even show you. My point is, like, CDR items are already super weak because of the fact that they give CDR. And I don't even like building Oracle that much of a dang, but I'll give an exception to it because it helps his sustainability with his second skill, his shield. But never build Brute Force. Never build Brute Force. Brute Force is a garbage item right now. Even Oracle, I think, is a mid item, but slightly more justifiable. So at least it has like a secondary function, which is the bonus healing. Am I crashing out? I'm not crashing out. I'm just trying to put more like emphasis into it, you know? Not crashing out. I'm trying to explain to you guys like why the thought process. Granger Brute Force? No, don't even build Brute Force in Granger. Granger is just full damage. I mean, jungle, maybe. If you're like super fed though. Only if you're fed. If you're behind, you build Brute Force on jungle Granger, you're not going to do damage. Brute Borg. You see all these heroes you're naming right now? They're all bruisers that do mostly damage, and they build Brute. They build Brute. Those heroes build Brute only for the move speed. The CDR is an added bonus, but it's the move speed and the CDR, not even the stats, the defense stats. So if you are a tank hero, you never build Brute. Those heroes we're all mentioning are all damage-based heroes. Brute is garbage for tanks. That's my point. It's a bad item in general, but it only has use on damage bruisers that like need mobility in the CDR. Is Queen Wing bad? Queen Wing bad. Queen Wing is just like, it's a very mid item. You only build them on sustained heroes. You would not build Queen's Wing just for the CDR. You build that if you're like a healing hero. Brute on Lucas? Hell no. Hell no. Do not build Brute on Lucas. No, garbage item. Lucas, it's garbage for a different reason. So on Lucas, it's garbage because what Lucas does in his ult is he gets like 20% bonus stats. And Brute Force's base stats are very bad. So you don't even make use of that 20% bonus stats. That's why Lucas like doesn't even build dominance, because you don't get HP from dominance. Antique is probably the strongest second item to rush on Lucas because you get 20% bonus on the HP and the defense. So it makes you incredibly tanky. Thamu's Brute? Hell no. Thamu's, you need stats. Frederick might be the only tank exception to building Brute Force, honestly. Like, that's a tank that actually uses Brute Force. Are participating in NACT? If NACT happens, yes, I'll be participating. I will be participating if NACT happens. I gotta enunciate my words.